before we start, we want to send a huge thank you again to Porsche St. Paul for giving us yet another fantastic car. This is the newly updated 2020 911.
It's a 992 Carrera 4 Cabriolet, and it's amazing. If you like what you see here, make sure to go check out their website in the link in our description and contact them about purchasing it.
So with the 2020 992, the beginning of that, everyone gets the wider hips, whether you get a 2 or a 4. And you got this new angular
Front end,
front
it looks
fascia.
good.
It looks really good. This thing is just beautiful. The Cabriolet is amazing. You got 374 horsepower.
379.
And how much torques?
331.
This guy's the numbers guy.
I know.
I'm a driver. What do you say we get inside and take it for a drive?
That sounds like a great idea. You should probably drive since you said you're the driver.
Well, of course. I wasn't going to let you drive. Some people don't like the little gear shifter. I happen to like it. What's wrong with a small gear shifter?
Nothing. Nothing's wrong with a small gear shifter.
Here's the beauty of what we're about to do today. So this 911 is now 2 years old. It has 7,000 miles on it. We are here to see if at this point it's worth it to buy the new 911. Is the depreciation worth what we're about to drive? And I'm gonna have to say that all signs lead to yes.
That's already pretty good.
This spec'd out version of the 911 is pretty monochromatic.
Yep.
I love it.
It does not boast that you are driving a sports car. It tries to blend in while it can do some crazy speeds.
You don't have colored instrument dials. You don't have a different colored seat belts. But the monochromatic way is amazing. If you remember, the 2020 comes with I think some 24 inches of screens here.
It's a lot.
Pretty much everything is haptic. I love the feel of the buttons.
You do?
Windows up and down are amazing. I would not know that this car is not brand new.
When we saw this one, before we took it from Porsche St. Paul, I thought this one was new. What about you?
Yeah. And here's the beauty about new Porsches. They're all turbos. Not everyone, because somebody's going to say in the comments that a GT3 is not turbo. I get it.
Yep.
But you get some crazy sounds.
And I understand purists not wanting a turbocharged engine.
I also understand we're in a 4, so we'll just use the 4 lineage.
Yep.
A 4S to get another 30-ish horsepower. Do you need it? I don't think so. Would I want it? Absolutely. But is this,
for a couple $1,000 less, worth it? Probably.
are you really going to use 400 and whatever the horsepower is? Are you going to use it? Maybe.
I don't think so.
This one has the air-conditioned seats.
And oh boy, do they work, and they are amazing. If you're gonna get a convertible, I would recommend getting air-conditioned seats.
Well, as you can see, the way that the top goes down and up, this is amazing. It has some of the feel of a Targa.
Yep.
Because of the way that the clamshell opens and closes. You're getting a lot. If you want the Targa because you like the operation of it, maybe the Cabriolet is kind of what you want to do. As you can see, it operates fantastic.
Yep.
I don't know what to say, because every time we drive a Macan, a Panamera, a 911, the Spider, the steering is the same in every one. I like how these seatbelts, when you get ready to go, it hugs you like the grandma's embrace.
Yes.
It's kind of like the seats on that Macan GTS that we drove. The bolsterings on this specific, I think this has 18-way seats. 14
Possibly.
or 18 ways. It doesn't hold you in quite as tight as other versions do.
But it's not like it doesn't hold you at all. It definitely holds you. And that is amazing.
There is something said about a Cabriolet. Do I like the way that it looks more than a coupe? Not necessarily, but this thing is amazing.
Yes.
And the more and more I drive it, the more I like the monochromatic interior. I just do.
It just feels professional.
Do you want to try to give this thing a drive, and you can talk about suspension, yada yada yada, something else?
Yeah.
All right, well, let me get into a parking spot here, and I don't want to give this thing up.
I know you don't, but you're gonna have to.
Is it the greatest Porsche I've ever driven? No, but it is a super nice example of the new 992. Yes, would I put it in my garage? Absolutely. Yes. Let's see what you got to say about it. Instead of the traditional Tyler test in the trunk, want to do the Tyler test in the... Never mind. That's a bad idea.
Come on.
So
it's great.
So if Tyler has 1 foot and he can stand up, it's probably good. But the rear seating, let's be honest, is a little bit...
It's for young children that can fit back there. Otherwise, it's for your purse or any small groceries you have.
It's really like a leather storage compartment.
Yes, with
All right,
seatbelts.
Let's have you go for a ride, buddy. I mean, I'm gonna say it's enough.
Yeah.
It has enough.
Yep, it does.
You don't need an S.
No.
Do you want an S?
Yes.
Sure, take an S. But this is plenty. This is all you need.
I am speechless because I've driven plenty of Porsches, and this was something special with when I laid into it.
You don't think that a base 911 has what it takes? But this base, I mean, it does. It's like saying, like, I know it's not a base. There is no base with a 911.
No.
So here you can do the sport suspension, which is what we have it in. You don't have an exhaust button. You just put it in Sport Plus.
Yep.
How do you think, like, steering feel?
As direct as I've ever had.
How about this? What do you feel about the gas pedal?
I like the gas pedal. It's my favorite thing in the car.
How comfortable do you think the ride is?
I'm surprised you asked because it feels amazing.
I'm gonna say this is as good as the Macan.
Yeah, it's super comfortable.
It's actually softer in sport suspension mode probably than the Sport Turismo.
Yep.
The GTS.
I would say it feels similar to the Spider, except better.
I feel it's a little softer than the Spider.
Yep, but when you take it around a corner, you don't notice it. It's perfect. The Spider has more bolstering. Yep.
The seats aren't super bolstery, which is something that I like.
Yes, I like bolsters.
I like the Porsche crested headrests.
That's pretty cool.
This is a really nice place to be. It kind of changes my mind, and like, of course, you always want the fastest, the most horsepower, the loudest. You can save a considerable amount of money and get into this, and I think that you'd be happy. And mind you, this is 2 years old, has 7,000 miles on it, but it feels and looks brand new.
So what really throws me off is that most people think, I want the S, I want the GTS, I want the turbo, because they see the horsepower figure itself. And with 379 horsepower, that does not sound like a lot. Well, I mean, it does, it's a lot, but in this capacity of a car, it isn't a lot. But Porsche engineers are so good at making the PDK accelerate like it does to where it is just monstrous in a straight line.
It is amazing. And I don't know, do you need the 4? I think we've proven that with your Cayman. I love this car. Hey, there's a Porsche friend.
Pretty cool. We found someone else with the 911.
I don't know that you need a 4. I think it's nice if you live in a northern climate.
Yep. Otherwise, if you live anywhere in the country that does not get inclement weather for more than 2 weeks of the year, don't get a Ford.
I mean, look at how nice a 992 looks.
We couldn't have scripted this better.
No, we couldn't have. Here, I'll zoom in there for you. I mean, that's why people are seeing what they are enjoying with you driving. It is just fantastic. I do think that a 992 is the ultimate 911. It is better than a 991. Yep. Aesthetically, with the technology, with the horsepower, it's clearly better than 997, 996. It adds to the lineage in such a perfect way. And that just sounds so good. So he's got the 4S. He spent more money than this, and I don't want to say that he's like trying to show off, but these two cars show off just the same. He just waved at us.
Yep.
It's amazing. So I guess going against a little bit of what Turn 5 has to say, go ahead and try out a base model. And in fact, go to the Porsche dealer in St. Paul, talk to Chris, Tyler, Mac, the gang, as we like to affectionately call them, and take this thing for a spin and see if you really need to get anything more than a 911-4.
1 second. I really like this. It is a button. Click, I'm in park. That is the best part. It's just a button. There's the manual button. I don't have to pull a massive shifter. I actually like the little thing.
I like that too. And this one has the front axle lift, which can be important. This is something for the screen here. It says, I don't remember what it says.
Connect it to any different function that the screen can do.
That's right. Traction control, here's your suspension button. I would say driving in sports suspension, it seemed really soft.
Yep.
This one is option with the cooled and the heated seats, that's nice. Here you go, we didn't do the wind deflector, but you can do that, and then you got your top up and down.
We also forgot to show them your cup holder. Your cup holder's right over here.
Here we go. What do you think about that? And then there is your cup holder. It's all really well thought out. And I'm in a bad spot here.
Yes, you are.
That's a blooper reel for sure. I love how simple and plain it is really on the inside. I think I'm enamored by it.
Yep.
What are your thoughts? I mean, I think we pretty much talked about it, but is a 911-4 good enough for 90% of people?
Yes.
There you have it, folks. Head to Porsche of St. Paul, pick this thing up, talk to Chris and the boys, and girls, Chris and the humans, and they'll work out a deal for you. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you click like, make sure you click
subscribe,
and you should comment on if you really feel that a base 911 is enough, or do you need to spend the money to get a Turbo S?
That is a great question, and we'll leave it up to you.
We'll see you next week. Thank you so much.